Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about the latest Erkenci episode, and that was episode 21. Just a little disclaimer before I get into my analysis, my thoughts on this episode. I'll presume that you've watched this episode or at least know who I'm going to talk about, so I won't really explain it all. So yeah, I'm just like talking to a friend who's also watched this episode. So the first thing is John talking to a real estate agent or the bank. I don't really catch that who he was talking to, but they were talking about him selling his house. First of all, which house? Because Darren comes in, he tells her that he's selling a house. She says, "Oh, the little one," and he says yes. So it can't be the cabin because only Sanem and Polen, but Polen is out of the picture, so only Sanem knows about the cabin. Which house? Because the main house where he lives in, Emre also lives in, so it can't really be that house, and it is his father's house basically. So I don't think he's going to sell that one. And then there's only one house left, and that's the one, the white mansion he took Sanem to, like his childhood home, where he confessed his love to her. It could be that one because later in the episode, Sanem overhears him talking on the phone again about the house selling for a certain price, and then she says, "Which house?" or something along the lines, and he's like, "Yeah, the one on the mountains or in the hills," or something like that. She's like, "Oh." So I presume she knows about the house, so it can only mean he wants to sell the white mansion from like his childhood home. The first Janem scene was, loved it, where she gave him the perfume she made the night before because she was inspired by him telling her that her smell belongs to him. So I really liked it because at first they were talking about this flower she made it from, but then kind of moved into her comparing the flower to John. He kind of understands what she wants to say, and then he's like, "But you know that the flower only came out of the ground because of you," I believe. I love this double meaning because I always watch it on Saturday Live, and I love the episode because of the body language, because of the things that I understand without subtitles. But then I have to watch it again, and I don't mind it at all, with subtitles. So I get the essence, the meaning behind every word that's spoken. Of course, things will get lost in translation where I'm like, that's not a good translation because I know that it means something different. So yeah, not always very pleased by the translation, but I don't mind it at all because it's very quick. So thank you very much for the translation. Yeah, I always enjoy the episode on Saturday evening and then again when I watch it with subtitles, and that's the moment where I really understand what they're saying, the double meaning, so I enjoyed even more understanding everything. So yeah, I really love that scene with this double meaning conversation. Yeah, and they also have one later on in the episode, but I'll talk about it later. Then we get the scene where Emre is looking at this snow globe, and Eileen, oh god, this woman is so desperate. And Eileen calls him, and then he's like, "Well, I have to gain my brother's trust again, and I will keep you posted," or something along the lines. And I'm like, seriously, Emre? Really? I thought you've come to your senses last episode where he had this talk with Jan on the terrace where he came and Emre talked about the accident. I was like, oh my god, please Emre, do the right thing. But then the snow globe gate happened and I'm like, oh god, no. And now him telling Eileen that she has to be patient. I'm like, oh god, Why, Emre? Why? But at the same time, I don't mind it because this keeps the story going, so good work. I was so sad because of Nihat. Like, how adorable was he? Because him and Mevkebe were at the shop, obviously, and then this person comes with the flowers. I was like, who's like sending flowers to Mevkebe? And then he's like, well, let me read that. And then he wrote this note, and he thought that she's going to forgive him, but she's like a strong woman. She's not budging one bit. But the moment there where I was like, oh god, no, please Nihat, don't do this, was when she not really threw but put the flowers, the roses, on, I don't know, some kind of vegetables there, and then where he takes the flowers, holds it like here, and then he's looking after her with those sad eyes. Oh god, like, how adorable and sad, and oh god, I felt so bad for him, really. Now Muzo is turning into this relationship advice giver or coach, I don't know. Ayhan is the life coach, he's the relationship one, I don't know. But his talk with Osman about Laila and all of that, it was like, Muzo, well done. I wouldn't have thought that that's in you, really. Then we have the phone conversation between Mevkebe and Can, and I was like, oh, future son-in-law, future mother-in-law conversation, getting along really, really well. I really like their relationship, actually. Him being this person who traveled around the world, seeing the world, giving Mevkebe advice. Really liked it. And her inviting him to the opening of the library. Very good. Really enjoyed this scene. I don't know, there's this fondness between them and I really, really like it. Then we have Sanem going into Can's office, wanting to tell him about Emre and the snow globe and everything. And I was like, yes, finally, please tell him, finally. But girl, did she get sidetracked as soon as she heard the name Jada. That Jada came and visited Can. And then, oh god, I love this scene as well. It was so funny because then he's like, well, she liked my perfume, and she was like, she was smelling you. And he was like, no, actually, when we kissed. And she's like, what? She kissed you? And he was like, yes, on the cheek as a goodbye. I was laughing out loud. I was laughing out loud when I watched it with the subtitles. I was laughing out loud on Saturday. It was brilliant, really. And then her rambling on about being friends and him telling her that she's his fresh friend. Oh god, I love their conversations, their acting, I love everything. Like, this was brilliant. Finally, model Osman is back, really. Last episode I was like, was this a one-time thing with the organic juice modeling thing or not? As if they read my mind. Model Osman is back. Yes! And when he got the card from Daran for the modeling agency, he saw Laila talking to Emre, and he was looking at the card, looking at Laila, looking at the card. So I think that he thinks if he gets into this modeling world, Laila will see him as more than a friend, you know. Even though Laila knows about his feelings, and this is really confusing. But this love triangle, Laila, Emre and Osman, oh, really living for it, because Laila is kind of torn and then not really, I don't know, like this is giving me a tough time. But I really like to see like this rivalry between Emre and Osman, because now Emre doesn't see Osman as a rival, but Osman does. So really like to see how this one plays out. One facepalm moment for me was Sanem going to Emre and confronting him about the snow globe. I was like, girl, no, like, no, don't do that, because we did that once with the partnership documents and you lost them and there was this huge mess. So don't do that again. But no, Sanem doesn't think like that. She wants to have things clear and she will do it herself. I was like, girl, don't do that. No, no, no. And he kind of had a feeling, because as soon as he opened the door, he had this look in his eyes that, what did she see me do? Emre kind of blackmailing her. Typical Emre, I would say. But at the end of their conversation, I was like, girl, go. Go. Yes. Sanem, you can do it. Yes. Because she said, I don't have to follow your orders. And then she just stormed off. And I was like, yes, girl, you can do it. But before that happened, a very, very tense moment, because Can just drove up their, what's it called, that in front of their house. Like, he came, then he walked to the door, and I was like, oh god, he's going to see her umbrella. He's going to see her umbrella, he's going to notice it, he's going to know that Sanem is in there. Oh my god. But then his phone rings, and then they cut to the conversation between Sanem and Emre, and I was like, oh my god, he's coming in any second. He's coming in any second. But then she storms off after this powerful, powerful sentence. And then I'm like, where's Can? But then she goes away, and then you see him by his car, but with his back turned to Sanem. And I was like, oh my god, what tension did I live through? But that's what I love about Erkenci Kush, because you never know what you're gonna get. Then we have Laila and Sanem's conversation about Emre, and I really did hope that it opens Laila's eyes how Emre really is, and it did for a moment. But then this whole thing happened like the next day, where Sanem goes to Can and Laila goes to Emre, and Laila is really mad at him, and you can see that he's upset that she's upset with him. So there is something, like, I can see it, I can see it. If you get real close, you can see that Emre likes Laila and he cares about her. So I really do see a future for Laila and Emre, but really, really in the future, like next year, or maybe season 2, or in a year time, like really, really back there, really back there. I can see Emre and Laila being together, but as I said, really back there, like back there. You can see it because it's behind the camera, because it's back there. Anyways, so I was really happy that she told him all those things. But I was like, when they showed Sanem and Can's conversation, I was like, what? He told Can about the snow globe. When I've seen it without subtitles, I was like, oh my god, Emre did something good. Applause, applause. But then watching it with the subtitles, I was like, no, he didn't do something good. He just wants to earn his trust and then backstab him. Then Laila being like, oh my god, I can't look him in the eyes, oh my god, no. And then him being like, well, I need an apology, and for that you're going out to dinner with me. Laila, really? Like, he really is her weakness. But really enjoyed this moment of clarity Laila had. One of my favorite scenes this episode, and I have quite some, but I really loved Can being jealous of Sinan, Sanem's elementary school friend, and then her, like, oh god, their conversations, and then Can getting really jealous, and then she wants to say goodbye and goes in for a kiss, and then Can just intersects her kiss. Oh my god, loved it. I was laughing so hard. The most hilarious scene, and I think my favorite scene of this episode, like the number one of the favorite scenes, was Can teaching Sanem drive the Vespa. Like, oh my god, their conversation was just hilarious. And then also there's this second double meaning conversation that I've mentioned with the perfume. Like, he was telling her kind of about the Vespa, the motorcycle, but then also referring to her and to him. But oh god, I love this conversation so much. I loved every second of it. I don't know how many times I've rewatched this scene, but I've watched it too many times. But yeah, I loved Robocop Sanem. Like oh my god, I loved so much like Sanem and Can and Demet and Can, their performance so good. Then the opening of the library happens and so many things happen there. Like the first thing was Nihat. Oh my god, did Nihat look amazing, like from top to bottom, like Nihat. And then him coming with this huge flower crown thing, oh, and then him asking for forgiveness. And Melahat between Mefkbe and Nihat with this huge bag of seeds. Oh god, this woman is killing me. But then Mefkbe being like, no, 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 I don't forgive you. And then him going, like him being so sad and going away, even though the whole village is out there. Oh god, I felt so bad for him. And then there's this scene that we already got in the trailer, where Can is picking out this Galapagos book. When I saw the trailer, I was like, I had so many questions. First, where are they? Are they in a library? Are they in a shop? What is going on? And then how did this message get into the book? I didn't get it, but this episode answered all my questions, because he sent the books to the library. So my theory is he bought the book, wrote the message, sent it to the library, and then when he was there, he looked for this book, trapped, Sanem right there, and then the amazing Janem moment happened. I really loved it. And then the photo shooting happened, and god was I annoyed with Jada. Like, this woman. I mean, I thought we got rid of Polen, but here comes Jada. Why? Woman, why? But at the same time, as I've mentioned it before, this keeps the story going. So Jada was really annoying for me. Like, woman, why are you so desperate? If you see that he likes Sanem, why do you keep doing this? And then Gamze, I was like, girl, I thought you were on our side. Thought you were on Janem's side. Why are you betraying us? So I liked Gamze, but now she's kind of tipping over the edge of me not liking her. So I have to keep an eye on her. But yeah, Jada is just like, girl, I don't like you at all. Like, she's so desperate. And then with the photo shooting, Sanem, brilliantly done. First of all, telling them to move out or go away, and then her sabotaging the photo shoot that Jada had with Can, amazing. And then her deleting all the photographs, and that's, I really enjoyed this little moment between Daran and Sanem, where Sanem was like I did it, and Daran was just smirking and going away. A cute moment in the photo shoot was when Can was talking with JJ and said, well, I can teach you those things, and do you want to learn it because I see something in you? It was really cute. JJ the photographer, I like this idea. And then all hell broke loose, and I knew we're close to the end. This is going to be a cliffhanger. So much happened in the last 10 to 15 minutes. First of all, Fabri's lawyers telling Can that Fabri doesn't want to step back from the shares. I was like, oh my god, no. But as I say, this keeps the story going, and I like it. So the first thing, I was like, oh my god. And then Eileen comes. What is happening? Why is this woman back? And then we get this huge Eileen and Emre fight. And when I was watching it without subtitles, I was like, oh my god, Emre, is this the moment you do the right thing? But then Eileen comes close to him and says, great performance. And I was like, oh my god, no. And then we get this flashback what is happening so much, because we get Emre plotting with Fabri and Eileen, and I was like, what? I thought Eileen was the evil one, as I've mentioned in my previous video, but now seeing this scene with Eileen, Emre and Fabri, the three musketeers of evilness, I was like, he's the mastermind behind this thing. I was shook. But there's this one thing where Eileen is like, well, like old times, we will do this and that, and then she wants to take Emre's hand and he just he's like, no. And Fabri sees that. So what is happening with that? Because Fabri said he only trusts himself, but why does he trust Eileen and Emre? Like, what's the plan behind this? And he saw that Emre didn't want to hold hands with Eileen, so this is going to be another very important thing that we'll see in the future. So I'm really excited to see where this whole Three Musketeers of Evilness is going to take us. And then after the flashback, Sanem is kind of doubtful of this whole act and goes to Emre, and I was like, oh my god, don't do the same mistake again. She does it again, and he's like, well, if you go away out of John's life and out of this company, I will throw Eileen out and get the shares back. And then he extends his hand, and that's like in slow motion, and I'm like, okay, this is the end, this is the last scene, I know it. And then you see John looking at them, Sanem looking at John, Emre looking at John, and that's the end. That's the end of the episode. And now welcome to Alex's prediction for episode 22. I think that Emre will come up with some kind of explanation. He's like, well, I apologize to Sanem for the things I did to her in the past, so I extended my hand in forgiveness. So I don't believe that John really heard what Emre said. I'm hoping he listened to it and he heard something, but I don't think so. The Turkish series connoisseur that I am, I don't think he heard a single word that Emre told Sanem, so that the story can continue. Now, why does Emre behave like that? My theory is it's his mother. His mother has something to do with it. Her giving Emre all her shares, and then their conversation, because Emre goes away when when his mother calls, and he's like, well, let me tell you, blah blah blah. So I think that she is the mastermind behind all of that. I also think that Jada will become more active now that she's like, I will get what I want. Yeah, we will get more Jada in the future, that's for sure. So she's not going anywhere. But that kind of motivates Sanem more, you know? So I really like that, because that keeps the story going. Honestly, right now, as I'm filming this, I just got a notification that the new trailer came out. You can see Ayhan and Sanem being the cleaning ladies to kind of spy on Jada and Can, and we get Can with a half updo. Really liking it now that Can Yaman, the actor, has the right length for a man bun. He can do it without extensions. So I think this will be hilarious. Sanem spying on Can and Jada. After the cleaning bit, I think they will go... Is there a photo shoot? Like, I didn't really catch that in the trailer that I just saw. Can and Jada are sitting quite close to each other and looking at the camera, so I think there's going to be an article on them or a photo shoot, I don't know. But then we get Sanem spying on them boxing, and that's where the preview comes in. So I think there's not going to be a kiss. Jada will interrupt, somebody else will interrupt, but somebody will interrupt this amazing Can moment, and there is not going to be a kiss. I don't have a feeling. A couple of minutes ago, Can's stylist Aslı Parlak, what an amazing woman, posted a picture and a video of Jan being really dressed up. So I kind of have a deja vu of the 40th anniversary, but at the same time, if you look closely, he has a long black vest on. So what are they celebrating? And then there's also a picture of like them being in the trailer as well, getting makeup done. So I'm really excited to see what is going to happen, because I've also seen pictures of Gamze smartly dressed. Maybe it's the launch of the Compass Sport campaign. I don't know. So that's all the predictions I can do as of now. But I really like to see Sinan more, because Jada is doing her part on Jan's side to get Sanem jealous. But I also want to see like Sinan getting Jan jealous. I would really like to see that. So this was my Erkenci Kush episode 21 review. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It will really mean a lot to me. If you have anything to comment on episode 21, your thoughts, or if you agree with stuff that I've said, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts and what you liked, what you disliked. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click that bell down there to get notifications whenever I upload, and I will see you next time. Bye!